Republicans who will not be voting for Trump this time around, what was the breaking point for you? Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Recently when he threatened to shoot looters. I don't support the looting, it's just that the punishment shouldn't be death. Edit. Also when he said that the 75-year-old man that was pushed down was actually Antifa. The fact he appointed a royal exec to be the head of the EPA so it could be dismantled, and that he lies constantly, are left the gob. In addition to this, for all of you commenting, please go out and vote at the next election. Broadly gestures at everything .. I actually officially left the Republican Party because Trump was elected. Any party that can vote in that man cannot represent me. Suppose we hit the body with a tremendous light. The final blow was his handling of the coronavirus, putting states at odds with each and the feds over medical supplies. Why can't we know where $500 billion was allocated? What businesses? Also, golfing at his places on our dime seems very anti-Republican in action. His unprofessional attitude toward General James Mattis was my turning point. The man is a military genius and a true patriot. When I realized I'm an independent thinker and don't have to support everything my parents do. Stripping wildlife and environmental protections. Goodbye, investment growth. We had a good run. I'll miss you. In 2016, when he demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt that he completely lacked any moral fabric by attempting to disparage McCain's military record because he was captured. Moments that I'm surprised aren't on here. Very fine people on both sides after the Charlottesville neo-Nazi rally, kids in cages, Mueller's investigation. But I'm not complaining. The train that arrives late still arrives. The POTUS is someone we are supposed to look up to. Who can possibly look up to that guy? The picture of him in front of the church holding the Bible after tear-gassing protesters was the absolute last straw from me. I draw the line at the president wanting the police and military to shoot his own citizens. You know how we defended the Second Amendment during those gun control arguments? We wanted our guns for this exact situation, remember? It was a tough point of time in my life, and the idea of MAGA swept me off my feet and made me vote for him. Since then, though, America has been made anything other than great. He has just made things better for himself and worse for every other American. My breaking point was the tweets to Michigan and Virginia stating they were coming for their guns during the primaries, or something similar. You simply shouldn't purposefully turn your own citizens against each other. That really scared me. The childish name calling of everyone he doesn't like. A grown-up, and especially the president, should not act like that. I can also do without constantly hearing him talk about how great he is in third person. The way he talks to world leaders is an embarrassment to our whole country. Some people are just too dense to see it. When he tweeted about a fake Russian propaganda bullshit article about how the old man that got pushed over by the cops and in the hospital for a week was a spy. Can't even believe how stupid Trump is. Can't believe that people still support him. When he posted a tweet about not going to be a bad president that would go golfing for a month, but that's what he did. Name dropping George Floyd while talking about economic growth. Comparing his coronavirus briefing ratings to The Bachelor. His general response to the BLM movement, his disgusting comments about innocent people who were victims of police brutality, calling them Antifa plants, and especially him threatening to use the military against American citizens to stop the protests. I was never going to vote for Trump, but my breaking point was clearing the streets to march to the church for his photo opus. I will vote for a Democrat president this election, a first in my lifetime. Bailing out undeserving businesses instead of the real hard-working Americans affected by the pandemic. To be honest, I'm a little shocked at how recent most of these breaking points are. This is bad, yeah, but it doesn't really seem more bad than the garbage he's been doing in office for literally years now. When he gassed a bunch of innocent protesters with tear gas to get a picture of him holding a Bible. It takes guts to admit when you've been suckered by a con man. Kudos to you all, and congrats on rejoining the sane portion of the population. I just didn't like Clinton. Sure gonna end up though. He doesn't care about anyone, just himself. Not the turning point, that was reached a long time ago, but the Bible photo opus. That tweet he made hating on Costco. I'm like, Costco is an American national treasure. Don't even. Of all the responses, I'm so surprised it's not the kids being raped in cages at the border and him not denouncing / putting a stop to that. Like all this other tiny petty people are like, nah, not for the president, but kids getting raped in cages, man, it's still okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm infuriated by how many of these answers are obvious examples of his worst traits that were already well documented in his public life and often reinforced by his campaign. How he responded to the coronavirus. That was easily my last straw. This is the first year I'm able to vote, and I cannot vote for someone after such a horrible response. It's embarrassing to say the very least. I'm tired of the lies. Especially the stupid obvious ones. If you lie, at least make it believable. Just all the bullshit. The things he said and done, plus the way the world around me has reacted and changed because of it. Everyone hates each other, and the media is kindling the flames, and it won't get better re-electing him. When he promised to defend all citizens of his country, then tear-gassed a crowd, so he could do a fake photo op with the Bible. I've never been so disgusted before. How he took away basic human rights from trans people. There are some Republicans who never voted for him in the first place. He is a fake conservative. Tweets calling to liberate Virginia, and Michigan, and Minnesota, and save your great Second Amendment during the early days of COVID. I couldn't think of much more irresponsible for the president to do than to tell people to essentially raise arms against their state governments during a pandemic. The second he said our loan can fix it, I knew the con was in full effect. Literally everything. It is embarrassing thinking that he is our biggest representative to the rest of the world. His constant fits on Twitter